Good morning, guys. It is Tuesday, January 8th. Oh boy. So, this whole lav mic thing, I know I said yesterday that it was going to create a little bit more work for me on the editing side of things, but holy cow, yes. Yes, it is. We're going to try and stick it out, though. We got a couple different tweaks I'm going to make to how I record the audio and the actual video to see if this will work a little bit better. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, we got a lot to get into today. We're already running about 10 minutes late. So let's get to work and go from there. So we talked about last week having a business plan, right? Having a business model, the document itself kind of outlined that. So check out that vlog if you didn't see it. It was last week. I'll link to it in the description as well as one of the little card things up in the top right. But today I want to kind of talk about client profiles and like how I've done in the past and what I'm planning on doing in the future when it comes to creating a client profile and how to track the various stages of where these potential clients are, specifically potential clients, because those are the ones that you want to keep track of and make sure that you're following up with, 24 hours, 48 hours, 72 hours to make sure that you're putting everything forth to get there, to earn their business. So we'll look at that document that I've got set in place from 2018 and what changes that I need to make and what changes you can consider, or maybe this is something that you've already got planned out and this is just another way to do it. I'm actually kind of curious to see what you guys use for following up with your clients. Do you have a document to do that, to track where they are? Do you have a system in place to do that? If so, send me a link to a couple pictures or send me a link to your video outlining that kind of thing. Because I'm kind of curious. It's something that I've never done myself, and it's very much in its early stages right now. So it's adaptable, and that's one of the things that I kind of wanted to look at today was what goes into a good customer profile. Now, without getting too far into it, one of the things that is an absolute must is you need to have a place to write notes, right? You can have like pages and pages and pages of questions for your potential client to learn more about them, but at the end of the day, what you discover through conversation is going to be even more valuable. You'll never get the specific you'll never get like the specific hidden gems, as you will, from asking them a line of questions. Those hidden gems, those are going to come up in conversation, and you need a place to write simple notes, right? And what's going to help you as a videographer or even a photographer is you're going to be able to capture those moments in your final product, right? So like that's something where so take for instance, let's take for instance, you ask your customer a question that you could ask your customer, is there anyone that's super special that you want to make sure that you get a picture of or video of in your film? Like, you could just come out and say that, right? And they'll give you the answer, and they'll say, oh yeah, my grandmother, she's 93 and she's gonna be there. I would really love to get pictures with her, candid shots, pose shots, whatever. I would really like to get shots with her. Or you could bring up in conversation, you can say, you could be talking about the guest list and talking about specific people, like, oh, who's all gonna be there, and have it come up naturally. Have her or him surrender that information naturally. And what that will do is that you'll still have you'll still have the art of surprise. Like, you'll still be able to surprise her with the final product, that you got the shot, that you got the pictures, that you got the video captured of her interacting naturally, candidly with her 93-year-old grandmother. And that will be more moving than if you blatantly say, well, is there anyone that's going to be there that you that you might have limited time with, or that you want to get, you don't see very often. Like, you're kind of artificially creating that moment, and you're not getting a natural moment out. So it's things like that you want to make sure that you have a space for, like notes and things. Like, so when you're asking your questions and she says something that doesn't quite pertain to the questions you asked, but it's good information to have. So like having a note section down at the bottom of your customer profile. Obviously you want to have like all of the standard questions and information, name, best phone number, email address, things like contact information. Personally, I like to get the names of the other people involved in the wedding. So like bridesmaids' names, or at least the maid of honor, groomsmen, best man, mother, father of the bride, mother, father of the groom, just so that you get all that information out ahead of time. There's actually a couple different reasons. So first off, you get all that information out ahead of time, and then you know how to address people when you go to this wedding. That way you're not going in like, okay, well, you're the mother of the bride. Like, no, like, okay, I need to speak with Jan. Is Jan available? I need to talk to her about her daughter, blah, 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 blah. We need to get, I'm trying to get this shot. Things like that. But the other thing that it does is, rather than finding out on the wedding day that someone is no longer with us and bringing that up on the wedding day, you don't want to put your foot in your mouth, right? So like, for example, father of the groom is no longer with us, very tragic, situation. Had you asked the question, can I get can I have the father and the mother of the groom? Can I get their names? You would acquire that information during your consultation, during one of your meetings, weeks, months in advance, sometimes years in advance, rather than bringing that up on their wedding day, and now you're just like, oh, like that's a pitfall that you want to avoid, because that customer experience is not what you want. That's not what you want to be known for. You want to be known for the person that gets all the information up front, being thorough up front, getting everything you need to make sure that your portion of the wedding day goes off without any issues. So getting those names is important. It helps you develop a relationship, one-on-one basis, name by name basis. And repeat customers, while repeat customers don't happen very often in the wedding business, referrals do. And when you're on a first name basis with the father of the bride, like all these individual people, rather than just the videographer, you have a better chance of getting a referral from one of these potential clients. So just food for thought. Getting the names is super important. Getting the phone numbers and things like that of the bride and the groom, best way to contact them. And that's the other thing too, that you want. Not only do you want to get the phone numbers, or the email addresses, but after you get that information, find out what's your preferred way that you want me to contact you, right? Do you check your email once a day, or do you check your email every other day, or every once a week? That's not how I want to. I don't want to communicate that way. Or then again, that might be the preferred way that he or she wants to be contacted. So finding out which, get the information first so that you have it, and then find out, okay, which one of these is the best way to reach you? Which way do you prefer? I'll talk to you through instant messenger. I'll write you a letter if that's what you want. I'll contact you through the phone, whatever you want. What do you want to do? I'm okay with anything. Again, shows fluidity, shows that customer experience, that you're willing to do whatever the bride wants to do and kind of go along with without any hassle. Again, all goes down to customer experience. So we're going to try this new way of vlogging. I'm just going to let the camera roll, just letting the recording go, so that I can sync them up, so I don't have to sync up multiple clips. I can just pull this whole video clip in, pull the whole audio clip in, sync it up once, and then chop it up, rather than pulling in the video, chopping it up, and then pulling in the audio clips, and trying to sync those up as well. Syncing up one file versus syncing up dozens of files is probably going to help with this process. So we'll see how it goes. This is a test. This is a change. This is a much needed change, because yesterday's vlog, whew, holy smokes, what a hot mess. So hopefully you enjoyed yesterday's vlog. So, all right, well, we made it to work. We're only 22 minutes late. Yeesh, that's rough. Let's get to it, and we'll see you guys on the other side. All right, so 9 to 5 is over. Actually got to duck out a little early today because Amanda she's going to a meeting. She's actually invited me to go too. It's called the Tuesdays Together group. It's kind of a Facebook group of small business owners here in the Dayton area. They gather, I don't know if it's every Tuesday or one Tuesday a month, but they usually have like guest speakers and things like that. So we're going to drop off Sawyer at her dad's house, and then head over there and hopefully learn a thing or two. We'll see. So I'm kind of excited. I've been a part of the Facebook group for a little while now, but I've never been to one of the meetings before. So we'll see if I can take the camera in, get some footage and things like that. Yeah, we'll go from there. I'm really excited. All right, so we just finished Amanda's Tuesdays Together group.
It's my group.
It's the group that you're a part of.
That I attend.
You've brought me as a guest, so...
Right, you can join it with a click of a button.
This is not a paid advertisement. Apologize, it's like pitch black out. So you guys are getting a nice little view of us driving. But anyway, so the group meets one Tuesday every month, right?
Correct.
And it's a bunch of entrepreneurs, small business owners, and just people that want to kind of mingle and talk business. And they got a speaker. And today's topic was business planning and goal setting and things like that. And that this really cool activity where we wrote down our goals for 3 months, 1 year, 3 years, and lifetime, and basically gave us time to write them down and then pick one and kind of break it down and see what you needed to do to complete that goal, which kind of falls in line with what I was talking about last week with the business plan and figuring out, creating a business plan for yourself when you're first starting out is probably one of the most important things. But what did you think about today's topic?
I really enjoyed it. I think I needed it.
I feel like this is one of those things where you're like, man, I really suck.
Yeah, I'm not a great planner. I kind of fly by the seat of my pants on most things, and I'm not very organized. So this is something I need. I believe the actual paper we used today came from Passion Planner. It's a website. They actually create books called Passion Planners. There's a lot of other stuff into that. But at any rate, I guess regardless of what the topic is, these meetings really do help me feel really kind of rejuvenated and renewed in what I'm doing. Meeting other people who are small business owners, making it work. Not everybody there. Some people there have other jobs as well. but a lot of them, this is their main source of income, and seeing how they make that, how they manage it, getting other points of view, and like today, we got into automation. At the very end, they were talking about one of the person's goals was to automate their contracts and invoicing and things like that. And somebody brought up some of the programs that they use. So just those discussions that stem off of the main discussion that kind of help you go, yeah, you know what? I could use this too. Like, this is something else that I really could use. Or I think somebody had mentioned for their lifetime goal retirement. And you were like, yeah. Traveling, that's what it was.
I had retirement to somewhere warm, and then the lady sitting next to me was like, I want to travel. Or no, this lady sitting across from me was, I want to travel. I was like, oh, yeah, I want to do that too. It kind of makes me think, like, I've got this big to-do list already, and now I've got, like you said, even more to add to it. But it just kind of goes to show you that just planning ahead of time, and what kind of was eye-opening for me was when she said, well, you can do the 3-month thing in 1 month, and you can do the 1-year thing in 6 months.
Oh, for extra credit.
Yeah, and I was just like, oh God, like, if I could retire 25 years early, I missed that already.
Right.
Whoops. No. But it's just one of those things where you just...
It's definitely an eye-opener.
I think just going no matter, like you said, no matter what the topic, just going there kind of gets you like, okay, I feel energized, I'm ready to do it, start working again. Mm-hmm. And having that once a month is probably extremely beneficial. So.
Having that connection with other people who are not necessarily like-minded, but in the same, and not everybody's in the same field either. There's a lot of wedding professionals and a lot of photographers, but there's real estate agents, and there's graphic designers, and the one lady wanted
to start a hydroponic
farm that gave to food pantries,
right,
and things
exactly.
like that. Yeah. So there is a large concentration of photographers and wedding professionals. There is a wide variety of different business people there, but it definitely is I don't know. You feel excited. I think after going, I do. I feel excited, energized, and ready to go.
The one thing that I liked, and the girl that was sitting next to I got 2 points. I really liked her. I got 2 points from her that I wrote down. The first one is this group. The nice thing about this group was it wasn't everybody like sharing their story and then everyone just shaking their head and saying Like there was actual conversation happening, and we were talking about. I was giving my list of things that were important, or that were important to my 1-year goal. My 1-year goal was to move into more of a commercial business, recording, cinematography and things, not just doing the wedding portion, but more of like small business promotional videos. And so inside that goal, I needed to write down the things that I needed to do to get to that goal.
Right, steps.
Like the step one, and so I had 6 different things, and there was a little bit of contradiction there, and she called me out on it. She was like, hey, how are you going to do this step 1 if step 6 is probably should be your step 1, mm-hmm. Which step 1 was build a portfolio, and then step 6 was kind of like intern under someone else. And while I appreciate her feedback, I kind of have this plan of sometime between now and December, I would like to I guess it would be interning with someone, or be on a shoot with someone, or second shoot.
Find a mentor.
Yeah, exactly. Find a mentor almost sometime in there, just to kind of see how someone else does it. Like I have this idea on how I want to do it, but it's always good to kind of reach out and find other sources. So I appreciate that it wasn't just hey, this is my story. Yep. There was actual conversation, people holding people accountable, right. At least at our table. And then the other thing that she said that I really like, especially from a vlog standpoint, I might actually just start doing this every Friday, is the week in review type of thing, mm-hmm. where I look at my goals for the week and like what I vlogged about, and say, okay, I completed a wedding this week, I started a wedding, I reached out to potential commercial businesses that for pro bono work, blah 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 blah. Today was a great week.
Kind of holding yourself accountable, like looking
right.
back at
exactly.
this, I really sucked
Right. Like, and then, you know, breaking out that list and saying, this is the list I want to do, or the things I got to get done this week.
Well, and that goes also back into your blog from the other day about celebrating your victories. That
Right.
lets you go back and go, oh, yeah, I really did accomplish this, and this. I accomplished a lot more than what I am giving myself credit for.
Right. I'm not just moving on to the next thing. Oh, you watched my vlog?
I did!
You watched my vlog?
See how I plugged that in there?
You're one of my 5 viewers? Man, that's so nice when your
Yeah.
wife actually watches what you create. That's
Touching.
I'm gonna cry.
Oh my god.
No, but I really like that idea. I think I'm gonna start that this Friday. I don't have a list. Well, I guess I don't have a list for this week, but maybe
Going on.
ongoing.
forward.
Yeah.
Whatever. Yeah.
So, all right. Anything else you want to talk about?
I'm trying to like review the meeting here in my head.
I wish
Sorry,
the speaker
dead
had
air.
like a microphone. Like, it was hard to hear. I heard some of the things, but I was like, really, like, and if anybody was talking in the group, like, or in the room, it was a little hard to hear. That was my one critique, was if we can get the speaker to microphone or something.
Well, and it depends on where we are. So this group, they reach out to the group members basically and try to find other small businesses in the area that will host us. And so every month it's in a different location. And so it can vary widely. You know, I've had some where we just all sit in a big circle instead of at group tables. Yeah, it's much like just folding chairs in a circle.
Mm-hmm.
And so in that instance, really don't need a microphone for.
Yeah, that's true.
It just again, it just
Location
really
by
depends on
location.
location, I guess, and how many people attend. There were a lot of new faces today. I've only been there a few times myself, but I think New Year, New You. A lot of people kind of like, I'm going into this kind of
Like
thing.
all the people that hit the gym. Which, speaking of gyms, Anytime Fitness, not a plug, Anytime Fitness is giving away 30 days free, no money down, no credit card, nothing. Like,
Oh, really?
you can just go work out. They offer childcare and all that stuff. I was like, huh,
Jeez.
we could just do that for a month. Of course, it's it's the busiest time of for gyms, but yeah, New Year, New Me, that's a thing.
It is, but I mean, I'm not. I won't say I'm guilty of it. It's not a bad thing. It's a good thing to start the year going, jumping in with both feet and really trying to make it your best year yet. At the beginning of the meeting, they talked about what was your biggest accomplishment or one of your big accomplishments of last year.
Oh, that was
And,
cool. Like going around and you got to introduce yourself and what was your highlight of 2018?
Yeah, and I said that I almost, and this is going without a plan, doubled my 2017 numbers in 2018. And you're thinking about that, I'm like, okay, well, if I had this plan, if I stuck to this plan, which I started to in about March of last year, and I for a couple months, and kind of backed off of it.
Petered off.
Huh?
Kind of petered off a little bit.
Yeah, but if I came up with this plan and I stuck to this plan and I worked this plan the way that, I had a plan and I worked it and I moved forward with it, what would be possible. So it's.
I think going to those meetings would help out. Like if you
I
went.
know.
No, I know. I'm thinking if we plan every month to go to those meetings, like I think that having that like little spurt of energy will kind of keep you engaged.
Motivated
Because one of the hardest things, you can go like a full month without getting any inquiries. You're like, oh my god, I need to find a different job. I can't do this. You start doubting yourself, and then that just spirals out of control, and it just starts compounding on you. But I feel like the kind of energy I got from the room just makes me want to go home and start and finish a wedding in one night.
Let me go home and sit down and just work my
I'm
old
gonna
brains
work
out.
my ass off
Right.
for the next 24 hours.
Right. It
Fortunately,
does.
I gotta work tomorrow.
I know.
But-
Me too. But it does. It definitely. I don't know. It's a good motivator, I think.
So this group it's called Tuesdays Together, but you said it was
Part of the Rising Tide Society.
Rising Tide Society. So there might, So is it just like a central? Is it just Ohio thing, or is this like a nationwide thing?
Nationwide.
Okay, so highly, I mean, at least this group is fantastic. I can't speak for the other groups, but like if you're, starting a business or looking, struggling with your business or whatever, this would be a great outlet for you to kind of go and share, collaborate, find different ideas, anything really. I mean, you're trying to, all the thing is, like, if you put yourself out there, chances are someone in that room's had that same problem. It might not be in the same industry or the same business, but like, I'm struggling with getting new clients. Like, guarantee everybody in that room has been there. And how did you handle months where you didn't get any inquiries? And getting that feedback and kind of not taking it 100%, but making it your own. So I think it's a great idea. We should plan on going to this every month.
Okay.
So done and done.
Yep. And I think it looks like Honeybook, which they are also one of those automation, lead generation, invoicing, all that. They actually have Rising Tide on here, and it talks about the Tuesdays together. But they're for creative entrepreneurs, small businesses, CEOs, including artists, bloggers, boutique owners, calligraphers, designers, event planners, florists, makeup artists, photographers, stylists, wedding pros, writers, and more that they advertise on their site. Most meetups nationwide occur on the second Tuesday of the month. That may differ based on where you're located. I know Columbus, I believe, meets during the day. So they're earlier in the morning. I've heard from some of the Columbus people that couldn't necessarily make it to a Columbus daytime, so they drove down to a Dayton meeting.
Holy cow, really?
Yeah.
So you can go to any one?
You can go. It's a free thing. You just go. You just start going. I know our chapter here, the first one I went to wasn't even a meeting. It was some of the people from the meeting. I was part of the Facebook group. Your local chapter should have Facebook groups. There's also the like national Facebook group too, like the main group. I don't say national, but and they had like a dinner out just to chat aside apart from the meetings, and get to know some of the other people on a little more personal basis. So it's been a good group to be a part of, I think.
Yeah. Awesome. All right, well, we're going to go pick up Sawyer from your dad's.
Correct.
And then I've got some editing I got to do. I got to post the vlog for today yet. I haven't done that yet, so that's got to be done. Yeah. So, see you in a couple minutes.
Alright, so we just finished editing today's vlog. Sorry it took so long, but lots of things going on today. The Tascam really kind of it added quite a bit of editing process and editing time to the whole thing. But I think I've got a new way to a new idea on how to record these and still incorporate this so we get the better audio. The audio sounds much better, so I hope you guys enjoyed the better audio quality, the higher audio quality. Just trying to see. We'll just close out this vlog. Had a great time at the meeting tonight. Looking forward to making it a regular thing, and highly recommend it for anyone that has one in their area, small business owners, things like that. We already talked about it. So reach out to them and just make the best out of it, right? All right, we're gonna finish editing this vlog, so we're ahead for tomorrow, so we can get quite a bit done on the forefront of our on our actual video editing process. So we're gonna wrap this one up. So really appreciate you guys watching. Have a great day.